Jason here from the Head Visuals project. So this video, I'm going to be doing an unboxing of various parts and tools that I've obtained for building a climber robot. So the goal is to have a bot that can climb a tree or a pole, or ideally even a rope or a line, and to be able to have a GoPro velcro to its back and take some pretty cool pictures, and as part of the visual project. So I've ordered various things. Some of these will be tools, some will be parts, and the plan is to build a soft robot and using pneumatic muscles, and not all the parts are in yet, but I think this should be most of them. And so let's get started. Okay, so these traxial magnetic field, looks like these are the gyroscopes and magnetic chips for the orientation and everything. So put these. See if we can get a good clear view on that. Alright. It's got some weight to it. Let's see what this is. Double packaged. And let's see here. Okay, these look like the PCB ports. Double-sided PCB ports. So these should be pretty useful for just connecting the random components or put everything together. So it looks like various sizes. And these should be handy for some of the smaller stuff, for wiring together sensors and everything. So that's kind of a package fill. And like this is a pneumatic hair line. So run the power source to the muscles and such without losing any power. So multiple items here. Okay, so we have the lead-free solder to the components and everything. And let's see here. This looks like the little display, so I should be able to hook this up and display the status and everything of the bot when it's on, to give the little visual feedback. So and this over here, so we're going to cut it, is these are the diodes for when the the air valves kick on the solenoids, so that it doesn't give a spike back to the sensitive electronics. So, you see something there. Over smaller boxes. Oh, looks like air muscle components. So these are braided sleeves. Perhaps a little smaller than I was planning on, but still maybe we'll do something. So this one looks... yeah, okay. So see that they're a braided sleeve. So they can expand. The idea is when the muscle is inside and inflated, it'll contract because the length, see, it'll inflate and it'll pull the ends. And so this will be the exterior of the muscle. And I guess these could be good for like smaller muscles. Yeah, so you still have a little bit here. So these are PET and TexFlex, that may just be the brand. So okay, a bunch of goodies in here. Some components, looks like a tool or so. Now this, when I found out, this is pretty cool. Let's grab one of the zip ties here. I saw this on one of the makers channels. So this is a pretty cool tool, so you can getting your zip ties nice and tight. Just come in, that. See, not used one of these before, but hopefully it's pretty, looks like it should be pretty self-explanatory. Yep. That's pretty cool. So it's got little teeth that grab it. Let's see if we get some extra light here. And the light that actually works. So, here's the diving light. It's nice and bright. So it basically pulls it in, makes it nice and tight, and cuts it off. So nice. Look like the pneumatic valve in. So for hooking up the lines. So they got a spring inside. Let's see what's in here. Okay, looks like some more pneumatic line connectors. These are T's, so these could be potentially useful. So you can connect the line through here, and I guess maybe the pressure in the center. That guess might be one use. Let's see. Let's get my light here. So we can kind of see this. Alright, so here, this should be fun. They have kind of ones, you've seen where they have the digital ones and the mechanical ones. These are some digital calipers. Should be Nice and useful for measuring out various things. Not the most expensive ones, but you know, they'll hopefully do the job. I don't need extreme precision at the moment. So let's see here. Protective thingy. Oh, batteries included. So you don't have to take out a strip. So let's see here. Okay, so it has a tightening rod. So let's see what the repeatability on this is. Oh, nice, they give us the battery. So let's, for example, it's a little thicker. Let's do a zip tie. It's got fractions and millimeters. So, alright, so it says like 19.13, 19.13. 19.06, 19.15, 1913, 1910, 1909. Huh. As long as if it's a millimeter accuracy, you know, that's doing pretty good. So, got the tips here. Let's see, get some blue light. Okay, so yeah, they get the jaws, got the meter readout there, the tips and everything. So these should be pretty useful when building stuff. Cool. That's got a zeroing. And ultrasonic sensors for distances in the pot. So let's pull one of these out. There is 5 of these in here. 5 dual head ultrasonic sensors. So I'm thinking maybe on the bot I'll have one sticking like this so I can read the distance from the ground, and I can have it different places, you know. Maybe if it's round or square, I'm not sure what the actual body of the bot will be, what shape it'll take. But probably round, so less likely to get caught in things. So have a good redundancy in sensors. Looks like we have an Arduino compatible Mega. Thought I'd get the Mega because it's got more I/O on it for the input output. So I think, yeah, this is Arduino compatible, but I think it may be a clone. Yeah, it says Mega on it. It's Mega compatible, so it's got the Mega. You know, let's see. Let's see if we got something better for light. Let's try this out. Maybe a little more helpful. So, yeah, we could sort of see inside the package there. There we go. It's a little better. So there's the board with the chip and everything. So, super cool. This one has a little bit of weight to it. Maybe the core power system for the bot. Let's see if it's what I think it is. I didn't think this was coming till later. Yeah, looks like it may be. It's a bit on the heavy side, but I think the muscles may be able to handle it. I guess it depends on how much power we can generate off of this. Okay, let's go stack charger. So this is the 12-volt compressor. So it weighs a few pounds, so hopefully it's going to make the bot kind of heavy. I'll have to see what, at least it'll be good for experimentation and development. Not sure if I actually want to put this inside the bot. I'll just have to see. It might be able to handle it, but it'd be nice to have it lightweight if it's going to be climbing up something. So, I mean, even if I pad it, this has a bit of heft to it. If you pad the bot. So. Okay, so this is another one of those multi-goodie boxes. Okay, so we have adjustable circuit cord holder. I figured this should be useful for putting together soldering stuff. Maybe something like this. These have like rubber feet and everything. So let's see. And then slide. So like if we were to take one of the PCBs, let's see here. Let's see, we want to solder one of these. Just stick them in here. Tighten it up. And then let's see. Should be able to pivot. Oh, oops. Guess it'd have to be a little tighter than that. I think it's maybe spring loaded too. Yeah, there we go. Let's come with a better technique. There. So now we can rotate this. We have the board and the jaws. So that should be nice and handy for soldering and putting together stuff. Okay, so let's check this out. Not quite sure yet. So you want this thing to be ultra padded. Ah, I see what they are now. MOSFETs. These are for the power switching for the solenoids. A bunch of three-legged MOSFETs. So, where one of them will be the trigger and the other two will be for the power, the circuit. So. So it looks like this is another power source, potentially. Let me see. Okay, no, well, I guess it potentially could be, but this could be like reverse power. This is a 12-volt vacuum pump. Now, one of the things I was thinking of is having grippers on the, I envisioned there being 4 legs. So potentially, have it suction on something. So I could also see kind of strict. I mean, I think an air compressor might give you more strength overall, and I think I do have a small air compressor coming, like modular size. But the question is if it will have enough power or not. So. And that is a 12 volt. The first Raspberry Pi I've owned. So it's got 4 USB, 1 Ethernet, and some I/O ports. I'm thinking that may make this the brain of the robot. It'd be nice to program it in Python. So then also it could attach an Arduino or two to the board for like sensor inputs and handling things. So this is the Raspberry Pi 3 Model B. So static bag. And these are DuPont wires. Ribbon cables for Arduino, so they're Arduino compatible. So I got both ends on each other. Got a bunch of them, so that should be pretty handy. As many sensors and everything as I will need to hook up. What I think will maybe take the most, and perhaps not even use these, is the touch sensors. I'll probably just end up using small thin gauge wire for that, because I'm imagining little bubbles with foil to make contact. I looked into the resistors, the touch sensitive resistors, and they're kind of pricey. The one I think was they'd be at least about $13 each. So when you have a bunch of them, that starts to really add up. So. Alright, so we've got our last box here. A 2-for-1 package. Alright, and some more connectors for the pneumatic tubes. Should be pretty useful. Always good to have more connectors than less. So it's a pain when you need to connect some up. Now these are for essentially hydraulic pistons. They're for a different purpose. So. I'm not planning on using them for their original purpose. It's kind of a maker and engineering way to repurpose something. So I saw the pretty cool video with using the syringes and colored liquids and things for a robot arm, which I think would be pretty cool to do. But also potentially, I don't know if I want to put them in my robot. It's kind of nice not to have the liquid and stuff, something to leak. I think the pneumatic things, I don't know. But maybe at some point I'll have a good use case. I guess they'd have to have they'd have an air muscle powering them anyway. So maybe I could have a power source that's more distant things. So just a box of 100 syringes. So should have quite a bit of hydraulic pistons for making the bots and what have you. At some point I think making the arm would be pretty cool and be able to pick up things and kind of also hook a Arduino or a Pi up to it. So, well, that looks like it's everything for this unboxing, and stay tuned and subscribe. Looks like these are wire connectors for the board. So some things to put in the wires without having to actually solder them in. I think I'm going to maybe try to take the tack to where I more like attach the wires with screws and things instead of in pluggable, if I can do pluggable things without having to hard solder everything together. And so, also follow me on Instagram at head_visuals. That's where I'm most active right now. And keep making.